Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. This is me, David Vasquez, your English teacher, and this time I'm really pleased to share with you this opportunity one more time to help you to grow up in this learning process. The main purpose of this video, guys, is try to help you to remember the vocabulary and the main topics we were trying to develop at classes at school, and try to give a little clarification about the final topic that we couldn't try to develop there. The first part is related to vocabulary, and showing you the reference guidebook. It is the unit number 2, and the first vocabulary is about the bathroom. And it says when you bathe in the bathtub, scrub your back with a brush to remove dead skin cells. What we have in here is a number of words. Bathe, remember it is a verb. Bathtub, it is a place in the bath or a furniture. Scrub, remember it is a verb. What this verb is about is when you remove something, in this case dead skin cells with a brush. When we are talking about our nails, we use a nail clipper to cut them, and then we use a nail file to file the edges of our nails. Talking about again our hair, we can comb it or brush it, and at the same time give a style with a hair dryer. Again, about our mouth, we have after flossing your teeth. Flossing is the process when you use dental floss to pass it between your teeth. At the same time, or then you brush them with a toothbrush, and you gargle your mouth with mouthwash, and then you rinse your mouth. Most of the time, we try to use only water. Always look in the mirror when you shave. Look is a verb, mirror is the name of this, also a noun. Shave is a verb, and a sharp razor is this. Let me move to the next page. It is about professions. But in this time we have outdoor activities and accommodations. The outdoor activities we find in this case are ATV trail riding, horseback riding, snowmobiling, bird watching, hiking, rock climbing, fishing, whitewater rafting. Those are the outdoor activities. Now I will try to remember for you the accommodations. In this case we have a spa, a cabin, farm, a beach house, a cottage, a resort. Remember that our resort has recreational purposes, a campground, a group of apartments, and a ranch, which is considered a place in the country which is very big. The next one, guys, is about crime. It is about crime. I'm going to try to give you some clarifications in this vocabulary because some words can be a little confused sometimes. For example, the words rob, steal, and mug. Okay? Remember that rob is when the action was totally planned. Okay? There were a group of people trying to think about how to do some things and how to do it, following most of the time a plan. Okay, they most of the time follow a plan. To steal, I forgot to say you something. Is when you use the word rob, most of the time there is violence. With steal, we can also have a plan, but most of the time you don't notice that it has happened. Okay, for example, what happens in the Casa de Papel series, it can be considered a rob, okay, because they use violence and they planned everything. Still, suppose that you have installed a dangerous app in your cell phone, and in the cell phone you also have information about some keys of access to your bank account, and suppose they stole or the information at the same time the money you have in your account disappeared. It was still, you didn't notice it. And mock, suppose you were there in the street, you were in the park, we are in a quarantine, but suppose that you were in the park and there you find some churretes and they want to ask you, hey, give me your money, give me your cell phone. It was mugging. Okay. Blackmail is when someone tries to say, hey, you have to do this, or if you don't, I will do that. Okay, that's blackmail. Kidnap, when someone disappear or is retained in an irregular way. Kidnap. Forge. Forge is when you create a false representation of the reality. For example, you can force a signature or force a bill, force money. Okay. Hijack, it happens when somebody takes with force, for example, a plane or a train, but most of the time the main purpose is to crush them. Witness is the person that witnessed that something has happened. Noticing here, the mugger is stealing her bag. The kidnapper is going to ask for a ransom. A ransom is what the kidnapper most of the time requests for the person that is kidnapped. Is what you pay. This bill is a forgery. Notice that there is something confusing in here. The thieves are going to burglarize the house. Teacher, what burglarize means? Burglarize is when a crime is committed inside a building. Suppose you were sleeping and during the night the burglars came to your house and your house is empty when you wake up in the morning. A crime scene is anywhere a crime has been committed, and an alibi is a proof a person was somewhere else at a time. Suppose that somebody accused you about something you are sure you didn't do it, and you have an alibi. You can say, oh, I have an alibi, I'm sure I didn't do that, and I have this to prove what I say. A jail is for people awaiting trial. A prison is for convicted criminals, and cell is a room in neither one. An alarm warns that a crime is occurring. A security guard watches a place to prevent crime. A court is where trials are held. And a weapon is an implement designed to injure or to kill somebody. Now let me move to the final word, to the final vocabulary group, which is the linking words. We have then classified between addition, contrast, reason, sequence, emphasis, purpose, or reason. Okay, those are the main purposes we have to use a linking word. How are we going to use them? Is basic, it's easy. You must take into account what do you need them for, and then you are going to choose which of those you are going to have. Okay. Let me move to the first topic we were trying to work. It was past simple, continuous, and past perfect. We use past simple to describe a completed action at a specific moment in the past. We use past continuous to talk about actions that were in progress. It means that the action was standard in the past. And past perfect to describe that an action was completed before a specific moment in the past. It means that in this case we have two actions, but I want to say that an action happened before another. I'm going to use past perfect. Okay. In here you have a review that you can check about the main forms, about the structures that you must take into account. So please, I beg you check them. Moving to the next one. Future in the past. Okay. I hope you haven't forgotten that, guys, because I consider this it is not difficult, but we have to take into account some important things. What important things? For example, if you are going to talk about a future in the past, you must take into account the future tense. If you have going to, it is going to move to was or were going to. Will moves to would. Present continuous move to past continuous. And about to, in this case I'm going to have am, is, are, moves to was or were about to. Okay? For example, if I say I am going to visit my mom, in the future, in the past, I was going to visit my mom. I will travel to China. I would travel to China. In the present continuous, I am having breakfast this morning. Future in the past, I was having breakfast. About to record a video for my students, but if it happened in the past, I'm going to say I was about to record a video to my students. The other part of future in the past is by using the words after, while, or before. After those words, after, while, or before, you are going to use a verb ending ing. Okay, the action you are going to emphasize is going to be in a verb ending ing to join two clauses that have the same subject. Let me try to give you a little example. After reading a book, I went to the park. Notice, guys, that the first action that happened in here was reading a book, and then I went to the park. But I can also say that in a different way. Before going to the park, I read a book. Okay, notice, guys, that both sentences have the same meaning, but what it changes is the way I decided to write it. It depends on the word after or the word before. If I use the word while, it means that the actions were happening at the same time. While traveling to China, she got sick. Notice that both actions happened at the same time. And I do not want to save that. Future in the past. Let me move. Present perfect continuous. I suppose you remember this topic because I left you an explanation in the Moodle platform. It is very easy. It is not a difficult tense. You only have to take into account the auxiliary verb always is had. It always goes with all the pronouns. I suppose you won't have a problem with this because it is always the same auxiliary verb for the pronouns. Always you are going to have had been in all the three forms, and the verb ending ing. Okay, teacher, how do we use that? We use the past perfect continuous to emphasize the duration of a past action up to a specific moment in the past. We can also use the past perfect continuous to describe the cause of something in the past. Okay, her teacher was tired because she had been grading exams all night. In the negative form, notice that you have to add not after the auxiliary verb, and to write a question you only have to interchange the places of the subject and the auxiliary verb. Okay, notice that in this case we have she and then had, but in the question form we will have had, she, and then the rest is going to be the same way. Okay, guys, I hope you try to remember and understand all the topics I was trying to socialize with you. I hope God may bless you and you stay at home respecting the quarantine. God bless you, everybody.